2, 3, 4, 5.
All set. Zeke, you do the same thing.
1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Woburn Public Media Center studios for tonight's presentation of varsity boys basketball between the 1-11 Woburn Tanners and the 7-4 Melrose Redhawks. Alongside my broadcast partner, Zeke Altman, I am Joey Matroni. And now, Zeke, let's get it started with Woburn. This has been an interesting start to the season. Obviously, not what they want at 1-11, but this is a young team. What can you speak on in terms of that?
First of all, Joey, Tuesday night hoops, Woburn versus Melrose. Just happy to be here, but as we get to Woburn, obviously 1-11, not ideal at all. But if you look at some of their games, like Bedford last Sunday, they stuck with them for a long time. Bedford, the 9th seed in Division II, they played arguably their best half of basketball of the season. Can that continue tonight against a Melrose Redhawks team that has won 7 of their last 8, Joey?
7 of their last 8 games, indeed. That means they started their season 0-3 and have been on fire ever since then. Now, going back to the Tanners for a moment, they had 3 freshmen in that starting lineup, in Matt Olson, Ethan Samuel, and Chris Giotto. Matt Olson is the one who stood out most in that, with 3 made threes in just the first half.
Yeah, Matt Olson was great in that one, but it's about the starting 5. It hasn't been consistent at all this season. Thomas O'Brien, Jacoby Altman have got a few starts earlier, but let's go down to the court for the starting lineups and the Star-Spangled Banner.
For the Tanners, number 13, junior Thomas O'Brien. Number 25, freshman Ethan Samuel. Number 21, junior Jacoby Altman. Number 10, freshman Chris Giotto. And number 24, freshman Matt Olson. Would everyone now please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
O'Brien, Ullman, Olsen, Chiodo, and Samuel. Back here on WPMC as we are just about set and ready to go for tonight's basketball action. Well, the Tanners will go with their same five-star starting lineup as on Sunday afternoon against Bedford. Those three freshmen again, Samuel, Olsen, and Chiodo, alongside the veterans in Altman and O'Brien.
Yeah, it's a good starting lineup. They got out strong against Bedford, even having a lead after the first quarter. This Melrose team, like we said, hotter than can be. So how can Woburn tend with that and maybe a press early? They struggle with that throughout this season.
Melrose will take the opening possession. It's number 11, Aarons, who's got it. Back to Aarons again, now at the top of the key to swing from Miles Newsy, who drives in, and he's got it for two.
There you go, right from the start. Woburn trying to bring up the ball, and the press got to them very fast there.
The press has been something the Tanners have struggled with all season, but they experienced it the least against the Bedford Buccaneers. It's Jacoby Altman who will bring it up. Goes to Thomas O'Brien at the top of the key. Swung back for Olsen. Tough defense there. Chiodo swings it for Samuel. Chiodo pump fakes now, takes it and makes it.
Great play by the freshman. Showed his composure, showed his experience, even as a freshman, to fake that shot, let the defender fly by, and drain a three.
John Aarons, the MVP of a end of December tournament the Melrose Redhawks were a part of. Rebound there by O'Brien. O'Brien stops on a dime, gets it out to Olsen. Now Samuel with it. Olsen takes a three off the mark, rebounded, and on the break come the Redhawks. Into the post. O'Brien goes down. It's a nice move by number 3, John Lamas, 4-2.
Yeah, Lamas had O'Brien off his feet there. O'Brien a little off balance, and Lamas took advantage.
Steal there by number 55, Owen Mujali. Out to number 10, that's Captain Connor Brophy, who took the floater out of bounds. The ball goes there.
Yeah, Mujali getting the rebound there, and Woburn struggling with rebounding all season long. Once again there, can't get the defensive rebound.
Aarons gets it out here. The jumper is good. That's number 3, John Lamas, who knocks it down to get it to 6-3 in favor of Melrose.
Here's that press. 3 guys against 2 in Woburn's backcourt.
O'Brien gets it out ahead. Going back for Samuel, ball loose, he got it back. Samuel out to Olsen on the corner. The drive, extra pass is stolen away by Newsy. And there he goes, no good. Rebound Samuel, layup just off the mark, a little bit soft.
Good defense by Altman in transition to stop that. And Olsen in the corner here.
Misses everything, and a rebound by number 10, Connor Brophy, who travels right away.
This game pretty close so far, but Melrose look like they have more control. Their press is playing well as we get a quick timeout from David White early.
Quick timeout from David White, 6-3 your score, 5:21 to go. We'll send it down for the first time to the third member of our crew, Hadi Bilal. Hadi, what have you seen from the energy early here in the first quarter?
Yeah, I feel like the starting lineup that Coach White put out there early was putting a lot of energy into the court, and seeing the starters being switched up usually every time they're going out on the court, but this time it really starts to feel like they're coming into form, even just the first few 30 seconds. But Chiodo with the nice early 3 gets them on the board early, and right now they're in a close one, but it's going to matter what's going to happen the rest of the quarter to determine what the rest of the game is going to look like.
Indeed, the freshmen are absolutely bringing some energy off the floor. We already saw Olsen not afraid to take a 3 of his own, just short. But either way, he was a strong shooter. last game on Sunday against Bedford, so we'll see if that continues as we're just about back and ready to go for play.
Yeah. Joey, with all due respect to the freshmen, they have to be ready to play varsity basketball, and they have to bring the energy. And that's what some of them are doing right now, and it's very impressive, as young as they are.
Altman goes all the way out to Olsen, just beyond the logo, goes back to Samuel. Now Jacoby gets it back, guarded by Newsy. Here comes the screen from O'Brien. Samuel on the elbow, guarded by Aarons. Nice move, jumper is short. O'Brien flying in, out of bounds. We'll wait for a signal.
Samuel struggling to connect of late in his last few games, not scoring too well, although the shot was deflected. Still need better shot selection from the Tanners.
Ball stays with the Tanners. O'Brien gets it on the elbow. Goes out to Olsen, whose drive gets shut down. Altman swings it for Samuel, whose pass gets intercepted.
Aaron's pass there, causing Melrose to swing some momentum here on the other end. A bucket could be deadly for you.
Aarons, the left-hand dribble, goes back to Mujali. The extra swing for Brophy. Back to Aarons. Miles Newsy in the corner. Outside it goes. Loose ball. Inside Aarons, left-hand layup, good. Samuel on the drive outside. O'Brien wide open for three. You bet.
O'Brien pump faked me as a broadcaster there as he ran in for the rebound. But that three was as good as day there. What a shot there from Thomas O'Brien to cut it to 2.
Aarons, top of the key, guarded by Chiodo. The drive by Newsy into the corner. The three, no good. Rebound Samuel.
An impressive read by the captain, Miles Newsy, as he got in there and found a three as a shot blocked.
Altman gets his three deflected. Ball loose. Aarons dives to the floor to get it, and Lamas will reset it. Aarons driving in and gets fouled over to the line for 2.
Yeah, what I was going to say there is Miles Newsy drives into the lane. Of course, a lot of contact, a lot of pressure on him, finds the open man in the corner. Of course, his guy doesn't make the shot, but causing havoc, dishing it out. That's the exact offense you want from a captain like Miles Newsy.
Aarons free throw good. Sullivan will check in for Chiodo. Sullivan was another one of those players that brought some good energy off the bench on Sunday. Most notably hit that acrobatic buzzer-beating three at the end of the quarter. O'Brien gets the rebound on the missed three. 9-6 your score with 3:20 to go. And another whistle. Zeke, what do you think the Tanners need to change in order to get some more production on offense as we move along in this game?
Yeah, I think they've been doing well when it comes to the press. I think they've gotten the ball over half court, but the turnovers in the half court continue to happen.
Here we are, down the lane it goes, and the layup's good. Altman trying to pick up the pace. Gets shut down, goes to Samuel, who fights through a double team, back to Altman. O'Brien on the drive, loose ball. Newsy with the steal out to number 11, Aarons, who is nicely shut down by Olsen. Mujali, back to Brophy. Newsy for the three. High off the backboard, no good as it hits the shot clock on the bounce.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest with you, Joey, Miles Newsy is the bravest player, the most brave player on the Melrose Redhawks team so far. He's taking threes, driving in the paint, making things happen for his team, whether they're unsuccessful or successful.
Altman gets fouled on the press immediately, and the Tanners will re-inbound the basketball. Joe Doughty checks into the game along with Nick DeFelice, who will take out Altman.
Doughty, DeFelice, and Altman, the 3 point guard options Woburn have went with throughout this season.
Now it'll go to Desir, who gets it to DeFelice. Now some nice movement there. DeFelice finds O'Brien for 2.
O'Brien, one of the big scoring options for the Tanners this season, already with 5 points in this one.
Lamas gets it out to Newsy, and offensive foul. The Tanners bench fired up about that.
O'Brien, we talk about him a lot. I just talked about him about 5 seconds ago. Comes down the defensive end. Big charge there to give the Tanners the ball back. I couldn't count on my fingers the amount of times he did that against Bedford on Sunday.
Doughty will inbound to DeFelice, who's being pressed here. Instead, he'll have to go to Desir, right back to Doughty. Nice move to get by Mujali. O'Brien into some open space, back to Joe. And O'Brien with a 3 opportunity now. 1 for 2 he goes from beyond the arc.
Yeah, Joey,
as
in that last
Mujali takes it up.
that last possession, the way they broke the press, that was silky smooth there from the 2 guards.
Brophy fakes the 3. Mujali drives in, loose ball, rebounded O'Brien.
Doughty caught sleeping there on the backside. O'Brien with the help defense covered up for that, and the Tanners get the ball back.
Doughty will inbound to DeFelice, but he gets it stolen by Mujali rather, who gets an easy 2.
Just when I say that the press hasn't been working for Melrose and we've been playing well with it, Melrose get a quick steal off an inbound pass.
Sullivan gets his pass stolen by Mujali, who's in the right place, right time. And in the corner for Brophy. Extra pass, Aarons in the corner for 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Brophy out to number 13. That's Benjamin Perella. Out of bounds.
Shout out trainer Megan Safi, got drilled with a basketball there.
Ball goes into DeFelice, who's looking to break the press. Ball loose and stolen again. Lamas will get it to Aarons, who's guarded by Desir. Brophy, top of the key, swings it back to Aarons, who drives in. Nice move, but he gets rejected by O'Brien in the paint. Desir now looking to push the pace. DeFelice thought about the 3. Instead looks to go back to Sullivan. Out of bounds. Redhawks ball.
As Sigsbury comes into this game for Thomas O'Brien, that substitution is a little puzzling considering out of all the players you have on the court right now, I think Thomas O'Brien has been stepping up and no one else has been stepping up with him, and to take him out, it's a little bit puzzling.
Whistle and a stoppage here. Looks like we're going to have a conference at the scorers table between the referees and the volunteers. Waiting on that, Melrose head coach Daniel Burns comes out for a quick conference. And we'll have a side out inbound right at the scorers table. Aarons at the top of the key, swings it for Lamas, who's guarded by Sigsbury. Aarons swings it for Brophy, who takes the 3 off the mark, no good. Rebound, Sullivan. Going one-on-one with Mujali. 7 on the clock. Desir in the corner needs to get a shot off. 3, 2, still driving, floats it up. Whistle and a traveling violation. Clock stops with 1.8. What will the Melrose Redhawks look to get started here? Long pass will go out of bounds, and now the Tanners will have a chance underneath their own basket.
Turnover starting to mount up for both teams here, but especially Woburn.
Matt Olson checking back in and right here taking out Mikey Sullivan. DeFelice breaks the play. Goes to Doughty, who has to fire it up. Short of the rim, no good. And a low-scoring first quarter, 13-8 after one in favor of the Redhawks.
Yeah, this Melrose team, they can win basketball games, 7-4, and they won the Highlander Hoop Fest tournament during the winter break. This team's impressive. This team can win. Whatever Woburn's throwing at them right now, it just isn't working. 10 turnovers in the first quarter. I stated halfway through the first quarter, Joey. What did I talk about? I talked about how Woburn were breaking the press. It was silky smooth. But the last 4 minutes, where did that go? Where did all that skill and talent go to break that press? And even when they broke the press, it was not working in the half court.
The press came back again, and then again, like you said, Zeke, they just couldn't get much offense going. Only 8 points, which is almost really the complete opposite of what we saw against Bedford. They managed 20 in the first quarter against Bedford.
And I want to go down to Hadi Bilal here just for his word. We heard David White bring his team over on the side. What was he saying there?
Yeah, because I was on the other side of the court, couldn't really hear what he's saying, but it's probably very similar to what the coach on the Melrose side, their entire coaching staff was pretty irate about the entire last quarter. They were yelling, screaming, a lot of undisciplined plays on their side of the ball, but both sides dealing with a lot of turnovers, and Woburn taking advantage of that. Both teams actually taking advantage of that, and we're watching that unfold here. But otherwise, both coaches not really as happy as they are with their teams, but Woburn is doing their best here, and we're excited to see what's going to happen in the second quarter now.
Aarons finds Mujali on a nice pass for two. Doughty going down the lane right after that, and a foul.
Good stuff there from our sideline reporter, Hadi Bilal, and really interesting comments from him talking about how both teams were irate. Both teams don't like what's going on here, as of course Melrose out to now a 6-point lead with 7:20 to go in the second quarter, but it hasn't been ideal for both teams, and that's pretty obvious.
Offense needs to pick up on both sides, frankly, but
I think
Melrose still happy to be up by 6, barring this free throw, which is no good,
and
staying at 15-9.
I think ball possession is an issue for both teams, and Melrose, of course, a high-scoring team, haven't got it done today, so unexpectedly disappointed.
Lamas pulls the 3, no good, out of bounds. 7:07 to go, 15-9 your score. Jamari Francois also into the game.
Francois, a quick little defender that is fast.
Aarons with a 3, rattles off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Altman. Olsen 3. No. Doughty fighting for the rebound. Goes right by Hadi Bilal. No good. Unable to corral that rebound. And Mujali will inbound. Francois trying to show some press to Aarons.
Olsen taking his second 3 today. Of course, he had the hot hand against Bedford. Haven't seen it yet today. But, of course, Olsen, knowing his shooting skill, just keeps shooting.
Nice ball movement here by Melrose. It goes to Brophy, then back to Lamas, who's got some strength to him. As you can see, he goes to Mujali for 3. No good. Rebounded Francois.
Mujali has seen the ball a lot tonight. Just hasn't done much with it.
Altman extra pass to Olsen. Olsen didn't like the look. Goes back to Jacoby. And he will reset with a bounce pass to O'Brien, who gets pushed. A late whistle, but the foul call will be made. 15-9. 6:09 to go. And substitutions onto the court.
Benjamin Perella called for that foul as he exits the game. But just an obvious no-go for the refs there. You can't do that. Can't push someone posted up on you.
Perella, along with Newsy, were all tournament players in that Highlander Hoop Fest tournament. that Zeke mentioned earlier that the Melrose Redhawks came out on top of. O'Brien with some nice strength inside the post, and he got it for 2.
Just shows the strength of the Middlesex League for a team like Melrose in the Middlesex League to go out to a tournament with schools like Somerville and O'Brien and to come out strong.
Brophy, nice move on Francois to back it out. Goes to Aarons, who looks to drive. Pass into the corner. Francois rips it away. It goes back to Brophy. And Mujali out to Lamas. Brophy, nice pump fake, floats it up off the glass. Too strong, Mujali can't finish. Loose ball. A dive by multiple Tanners, but it still ends up in the hands of Brophy.
Just chaos here, rebound after rebound. Melrose keep getting. Of course, Woburn diving on the floor for the basketball. Great effort.
Lamas pulls up for 3, no good. Another flying rebound attempt by Brophy, but Francois got it.
Great possession by Francois. 2 great defensive plays and the rebound there finally for the Tanners.
Now they get it to Samuel, who's long on the 3-pointer, and a rebound by Mujali. Newsy on the drive, and he got it for 2.
Yeah, Woburn High School was loud there, but Newsy completely silences them, getting into the paint, throwing that beautiful layup.
O'Brien at the top of the key, loses possession, and Aarons takes it the other way. 2-on-1, and Mujali is there to clean up the garbage.
Once again, offensive rebounds for the Redhawks. Deadly for the Tanners as they continue to be outglassed.
O'Brien takes a spill, and they're going to call a foul on Melrose. That'll be number 55, Owen Mujali, who picks up the foul. That's his second.
Melrose head coach Daniel Burns not too happy with that call. Thought it was just a basketball play. I happen to disagree.
You can see his hands go immediately into the air as Altman drives, backs it out for Olsen, who's taken a couple from that spot already. Altman gets it back, goes to Thomas O'Brien. Back to Jacoby. Into the corner for Samuel. Altman uses a screen from Thomas O'Brien. Goes to Thomas now, but he gets it ripped away. A nice play by Brophy. Extra pass, and it gets out to Aarons for 3. No good. Nice rebound there by Altman and the Tanners. Loose ball though. Another turnover, but the Tanners able to get it back. Altman with some space now to operate. Extra pass, Samuel. Nice drive. Can't finish, but is fouled at the rim, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, go on the other end. Melrose continue to get good looks open from 3, just haven't been able to connect. And I've seen Aarons take about 3 threes already and hasn't been able to connect once.
Those are the type of threes that if they start to fall, that's what can really extend the lead fast.
Could get ugly there for the Tanners. Last game against Bedford, the one weakness for Woburn was Camden Shoesmith, the center for Bedford. Too strong, too tall for Woburn. Melrose don't have a player like that is too strong and too tall, but Woburn still getting out rebounded.
Lamas has played well up to this point, but he hasn't really tried to get into the post. He's been more of a perimeter player, which has been a benefit to the Tanners. As Lamas now tries to drive in. No good. Brophy instead gets fouled as he drives. David White out onto the court to argue his case on that call, but to no avail.
Yeah, the refs not having it. Melrose coach also doing the same on the other end. These refs seem pretty stern about their calls today.
Brophy misses the first. Still a low-scoring first half up to this point. Only 19-13.
Of course, a lot of murmurs, at least in the football and soccer world, about arguing to refs and refs continuously quitting because of the arguing, yelling, and screaming from parents and coaches. So these refs are helpful, and we need to keep them because they're good people.
Sigsbury tries a three, he's short. Goes out to Lamas, back to Aarons, the MVP of the Highlander Hoop Fest tournament. Backs away from Sullivan. Goes to Lamas, who's now looking to drive. Spin, and what a beautiful move. And they'll count it plus the foul.
Yeah, we talked about how they didn't have a player too strong and too big, but that was a big boy move from John Lamas, even as a junior, going through two defenders to get to the rim, contact, foul, and one. Incredible play from the junior John Lamas from Melrose.
Lamas unable to extend the lead to double digits with a missed free throw. Olsen will take it up as we approach 2 minutes. It's stolen away. Brophy one-on-one with Olsen. No good. DeFelice manages the rebound. Now looking to push the pace. Floats it up, you bet.
Beautiful right-handed floater. That's a delay of game warning there for the Tanners, but a beautiful floater with his right hand. Nick DeFelice is a lefty, so impressive there from the young junior.
Tanners bring two in the backcourt in Sullivan and Olsen. Olsen will back away. And Sullivan will go one-on-one with Aarons. 1:40 to go in the quarter and the half. Lamas pulls up from mid-range. Got it.
Lamas is feeling it right now. The elbow jump shot, that possession, and of course, the memorable and one layup before.
DeFelice uses the Sigsbury screen. Had the angle, shot doesn't go. Out of bounds. Brophy stepped on the line. Tanners will get the ball back.
Yeah, it was nice for by DeFelice to get it over to the defender, just couldn't complete the 2 points there.
DeFelice looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. Gets it deflected by Lamas, but the Tanners will get another chance. DeFelice goes high, arcing pass to Sullivan. Right back to Nick now. DeFelice with an open three, no good. Melrose looking to be set up in a sort of zone defense there on that last possession. Blocking foul called on Samuel, and the third foul means no free throws. And it's also the third on Samuel.
Got to be careful when it comes to Samuel, one of your starters, one of your young guys, to get into foul trouble like that. It's concerning.
First free throw good by Mujali. Now the double-digit lead for the Melrose Redhawks. The Tanners have found themselves in double-digit deficits much too often early in the season. As Mujali knocks down the second
Jody,
one
it's
as
tough
well.
when you put yourself in a hold, down double digits in a game against Melrose, who are hot as can be.
Sigsbury gets his jumper blocked. Lamas drives in, looked like he wanted to dunk it. Instead, gets contacted by Sigsbury, and he'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, Sigsbury just feels himself running backwards there as he turns over the ball, runs into the paint and tries to block the shot. It just ends up using his body, but to no avail as Lamas is at the line for two.
Joe Doty looks like he's getting ready to check back in for the Tanners. He'll take out the freshman Ethan Samuel to hopefully avoid more foul trouble for the young man. And Olsen is out as well. And Lamas knocks down both, making it 28-15 in favor of the Redhawks. Doughty with some speed. Miscommunication with Sigsbury. Aarons comes away with the steal, the spin move, and the bucket.
Silky there from Aarons on the spin move. He's known for taking the three-point shot, But there he showed his ability to drive to the hoop strong. And the possession before, Joe Doughty not being able to connect with Sigsbury, another turnover for Woburn, results to points on the other end.
DeFelice with 13 to go on the clock. He gets whistled for a treble. That's the 16th turnover for the Tanners, which has to be one of the highest totals in a half alone up to this point in the season. Sigsbury gets a rebound, has to hoist it. No good. 30-15 your score through the first half of basketball, and we'll send it down to Hadi Bilal for some of his first half thoughts.
Yeah, I think this game, this entire first half is marked with intense physicality and physical play. We saw both coaches irate about everything comes down to the press and the ball discipline and overall just sloppy play, but Melrose starting to pull away at the end of the second quarter. The score is basically double of what Woburn is now. Both coaches going to go into halftime with a message about ball security and just overall discipline. But it's great to see the physical play from both teams. It looks like they both really want this win. Woburn's record obviously does not reflect how they're playing, and I think they're putting up a fight against Melrose, but unfortunately got pulled away at the very end of the half. But the second half should be exciting, and both coaches should be prepared for that.
Hadi, you mentioned ball security from both sides. What on offense as well do you think the Tanners would need to improve in that second half?
I think the Tanners are pretty good with going out of the press. We saw a few examples early in the first quarter of when the Melrose was putting the pressure on them in press, and they managed to squeak out of that and create some great plays outside of that. But overall, they need to fix those turnovers mostly. And on the defensive side, those rebounds need to improve as well. Back on the offensive side, creating the shots where they get the open opportunities to get the shots where they want, and Melrose's defense has been stifling for them overall, but it's going to be important to see what they're going to do in the second half.
Yeah, 100%. And Hadi, I totally agree with you on the rebounding part of it. You know, the turnovers we talk about consistently, giving your opponent an extra possession with that turnover. But rebounding, getting out rebounded on the offensive glass does the exact same thing. And the Tanners, they continuously play good defense and then don't rebound the basketball, making that defense useless. So they need to reward themselves for their defense and rebound the basketball. They think the possession is over after the shot has been taken. They need to rebound the basketball, and this game will be a lot different. Joe.
Zeke, I don't use cliches very often, but I think this is one where it makes sense. A common one in the game of basketball is the best offense is good defense. We're seeing that for the most part with the Tanners, but like you said, they're missing that last part of the defense, which is the rebounding.
Yeah, Joey, and rebounding is a massive issue, and it's the boxing out. We saw it from Francois one time when he played good defense and got his rebound, but it was after about 3 extra rebounds from Melrose. Like I said before, you need to get the rebounds to avoid the extra possessions on defense, and you need to get those rebounds to reward yourself for your great defense.
Now, the other common denominator up to this point in the game has been turnovers. Hadi, what do you think the Tanners need to change to avoid having another 16 turnovers like they did in the first half?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to simple ball discipline and creating the plays where they find their open guys, making sure that your playmakers are getting into the paint, and making sure you're distributing the ball and passing the ball around the key and finding the open guys, because I'm sure there was many plays we saw that multiple Melrose defenders cornered in on one guy and they left a guy open on the other side of the court, but it might just be a matter of finding that guy and using that opportunity to create the points they want.
Thank you for that, Hadi. Once again, your first half score, 30-15, the Melrose Skyhawks doubling up the Woburn Tanners through 16 minutes. We've still got another 16 to decide it. We'll be back after a break on Woburn Public Media Center. Welcome back inside the WPMC studios with your score at halftime, 30-15 in favor of the Melrose Skyhawks. And now Zeke, when you're looking at first half stats, what stands out to you most?
16 turnovers, Joey. 16 turnovers for Woburn compared to the 4 for Melrose. And when you talk about a player for Melrose that is performing today, it is that man, John Lamas. And Lamas he's been powerful. He's been powerful in the paint. He's hit the jump shot. He's been doing it all for Melrose, along with Mujali, who has 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. He's been scrappy for the Melrose Redhawks. And Aaron, 7 points. He's their three-point shooter. He hasn't been shooting the three pretty well, but he's been doing well in other aspects. Of course, he was the MVP of that tournament we were talking about earlier.
Now, Hadi, during halftime, you were mentioning how animated you've seen head coach Daniel Burns. What can you speak on in terms of that in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, after that, he's kind of came right back to the court as soon as possible. I mean, he came back in with 6 minutes left, and we ultimately saw him drawing things on his whiteboard, making adjustments. He overall doesn't seem as happy, even with a 15-point lead, but obviously looks like he's made some adjustments. He's going to see what his offense is going to look like now.
Thank you for that, Hadi, as we get back to action with Lamas on the elbow, driving in the corner for Mujali, a whistle, and an offensive foul as Altman hits the deck.
Yeah, great play from Altman there to open up on a defensive possession and take that charge. Staggering numbers from Woburn on the offensive end. 15 points. It's completely unacceptable.
You know things aren't going well, Zeke, when you have more turnovers than points.
Unbelievable, Joey. That's, with 16 turnovers, 15 points. Really, that's something I didn't think about.
Actually, make that turnover number now 17 with a 5-second violation on the inbound. And it leads to a 2-point shot on the other end by Melrose.
The guard's not doing enough to get open. And here, once again, struggling to break the press here.
Goes all the way back to Altman, does Samuel. Now Altman faces a double. Nearly stolen again. Instead, Olsen gets by Lamas for his second. Olsen shut down by a double team in the corner. High arcing pass back to Altman, who's looking to drive, floats it up short on the rim, gets his own and gets fouled.
It's the first offensive rebound look there from the Tanners. Altman missing that shot, but bouncing back in for the rebound and getting a call for a foul. That's the aggressive basketball you want to see. But I want to go back to the other end when it comes to that full court press that Melrose have going. If I'm Coach Daniel Burns, I'm wondering, why hasn't your team caused more turnovers above the 16? Because they should have more.
Altman makes one of two, or rather both from the free throw line.
Now Woburn trying to do their own press to no avail.
Lamas lost the ball, gets it back in the corner, now is being shut down by O'Brien, and ball goes out of bounds. Brophy inbounds in an immediate foul by Chiodo.
Foul number 10, Chiodo, first foul.
Drive back out to the corner. The lane does not open. It's a rejection there by the Tanners and looking to push the pace down the court. Loose ball again out to O'Brien. From Altman to Chiodo. Chiodo floats it up. Too strong. And rebounded by Aarons. And out to Lamas. Chiodo gets in there. Loose ball again. O'Brien rips it away from Lamas, and now Samuel will reset.
O'Brien once again with a tough defense to give his team another possession.
Olsen tries a three, misses everything, rebounded right in the hands of Aarons. Perella. Now it gets to Brophy, who looks to answer the three, no good.
Woburn, every
Samuel,
time they get the ball on a rebound, moving it fast to avoid the press.
Samuel goes right through everybody and scores.
Great move by Samuel to get to the hoop, and the little layup. Pump fake in the air, showing the athletic ability of Ethan Samuel there.
Aaron's, no need to work fast, goes one-on-one with Chiodo, now a handoff.
Daniel Burns angry about something. Looked like Samuel fell down at the bottom of your screen.
Perella three, no good, rebounded by Chiodo, who looks to reset. Now a hard pass to Samuel.
Take a look at the 1-2-2 trap that Melrose have been running most of the game. It's been causing Woburn problems.
Altman loses the ball, able to get it back, now open in the corner. Chiodo, short on the three, out of bounds. Melrose basketball.
Chiodo being one of the better three-point shooters on this Woburn Tanners team. Taking another three there, just hasn't went down here for the Tanners.
Francois back in for Olsen. Aaron's down on the elbow for Mujali. Into the corner, back to Mujali. Now Perella on the drive has the angle. Short on the layup, can't save it, goes right to Chiodo. He's looking to drive, extra pass. O'Brien out of bounds. Staying with the Tanners.
Great steal there from O'Brien, from Chiodo. Apologies. Just the right place at the right time. A couple good moves to get by defenders, finding O'Brien. And his pass deflected out of bounds. Just a great piece of play there by the Tanners.
Zeke, something I've noticed recently with Chiodo is he seems to be gaining more confidence driving into the basket as Francois knocks down the floater.
Yeah, Chiodo has gotten more confidence overall in his basketball ability when it comes to three-point shots, mid-range, driving to the hoop, and especially defensively.
Lamas, lazy with the exchange, goes back to Francois, who gets a quick four.
Francois leading the charge here as Melrose call a timeout. Jamari Francois, here we go.
Single-handedly getting the Tanners back within single digits, 32-23. Adi, I know you're on the opposite side of the bench, but you had to be able to see the energy come into that timeout by the Tanners.
Some sort of momentum shift here. Jamari with amazing few plays. We can obviously see a little change in how they're playing right fast as they get the ball to avoid that press. But overall, they're playing with great momentum now, and it's exciting to see what they have in store for the rest of the quarter and what Melrose has plans on defense for what they're doing right now for the momentum shift.
You could see that the Tanners were gaining back some confidence. Two players went out and met Jamari right at the side court three-point line to dap him up and get him back fired up in this game.
Yeah, and Woburn can beat this team. Melrose are beatable. Lexington beat them by 14 in Lexington. So that's a team that Woburn stayed with the whole game. So if you're going by relative results, this team is beatable.
Back on your way now with Brophy. Now Aaron's guarded by Francois. The ball of energy for this Tanner team. Lamas drives in, gets his own rebound, too strong on the layup. Nearly ripped away by Altman, but it's a jump ball either way. And Tanner possession.
We have score updates coming for you for our Lady Tanners as soon as we can get them.
As we can see a couple of them filing in after their matchup at Melrose at 6 p.m. this evening. Altman goes to O'Brien. Into the corner, the three rattles out. Lamas now looking to drive. Francois goes back out. Ethan Samuel with some nice defense to force his matchup out of bounds, and the Tanners get possession.
Yeah, Melrose asking for the shove out of bounds there. It just looked like Ethan Samuel was too big for the offensive player. Jamari Francois and Ethan Samuel, both with big plays on both sides of the basketball. Just need to keep this momentum going to complete this comeback.
O'Brien out to Altman. Altman drives into an open O'Brien on the top of the key. He got it for three.
O'Brien, wow! Steps into that three, hits the three. Quoting Mark Jackson, "Mama, there goes that man."
Hardy, even more of that energy down on the court. What are you feeling now as they go into the timeout only down by 6?
Find their groove here. I mean, exactly what I said at halftime about how they needed to find and distribute the ball to their playmakers and make the right shots, find the open guy, and I think they're doing exactly that, beating the press in certain situations and overall just shifting the momentum. And as it's only the third quarter, it's not over till it's over. So it's just going to be a treat to watch the last few minutes. I think Woburn has a shot of making it a close game and could even possibly win this game, creating a great battle with Melrose here.
We mentioned with that three, O'Brien cuts the lead to 6. He also gets to 10 points.
Yeah, O'Brien has been consistently scoring for this Tanners team. He is their best scorer. In my opinion, he's their best player on defense and offense. He wasn't known for this last year. You can tell the development in his game, his three-point shooting, and his ability to get the ball, get to his spot, and get a basket.
Back underway now with Aarons. Aarons driving in, another whistle. As we come inside the studio. Now we'll go back out, and it's Brophy who will inbound it. Loose ball again, Francois diving for it, knocked it loose. Samuel now out of bounds, and Coach Burns not happy. And it looks like the Tanners get possession.
Joey, this is one of your favorite quotes during Woburn football season, but here come the Tanners. I mean, on defense, offense, they continue to get it done. This comeback is getting close. They just have to keep going. They can't stop it. There's Samuel for three.
Nearly makes the three. Nearly makes the three there. Lamas back the other way. Aarons drives in. No basket, but a foul.
Joey, even in the studio here, I was about to leap up on my feet as Samuel drained that three.
Foul goes against the Tanners, and Aarons will go to the line and with a chance at 2. And he rattles home the first.
Foul trouble is going to be something to watch, especially with Ethan Samuel on those 3 fouls.
But he's been able to clean up some of those fouls recently. And Melrose calls a timeout. As I mentioned, Samuel cleaning up some of those free throws and cleaning up some of those fouls, rather. And his impact on defense has heightened as of recently.
Yeah, Samuel has been great. Samuel has been great on defense. Offense, he's been trying to create shots, just hasn't been getting it done. They need to go to their scoring options, like O'Brien, like Altman, like DeFelice, Doughty, O'Brien, and that will consistently bring them back in this game.
Tanners still within 8, and the N1, or if Aaron's were to have made that 3, he would have been able to take back some of the momentum that the Tanners gained back. Rather, he only manages the 2 free throws, and the Tanners maintain some of that earlier momentum. Samuel looking for somewhere to go with the basketball, gets it to Francois, who gets bumped and fouled immediately.
Samuel struggling to find someone like we've seen on past possessions on that inbound. Finding Francois quickly, but here struggling to find Altman. Altman's got to get over half court, guarded by Mujali.
Altman going one-on-one with Mujali driving in. O'Brien now sets a screen, and O'Brien will go the other way now with the same screen. Altman calling out some signals, now drives in, got a lane! Hard off the glass, no good. And Melrose takes it back. Mujali with a nice behind the back dribble, gets it to Brophy. Aaron's out to Mujali for 3. The step back is no good. Samuel avoids contact with the basketball, and the Tanners get possession.
Shots still haven't been falling for Melrose, but on the offensive end for the Tanners, they need to be finding O'Brien. They just need to be finding O'Brien. He's their best player on offense, and here he is.
Chiodo, nice move inside, layup good!
O'Brien pushing the pace on offense, finding his open freshman for the beautiful dribble move to the layup. Great play by the junior, Thomas O'Brien.
Tanners get back within 6. Dylan Sigsbury up on the bench, hyping up his squad. Another whistle, and timeout taken by Melrose.
Yeah, Daniel Burns was very upset about something. Ran out at one of his players. I believe it was Lamas on that, and just not happy. Hottie, talk about what you are hearing from Daniel Burns and the bench over there.
My goodness, it is very irate. I mean, I can hear him say stop over and over again. I'm sure there's a lot of things he wants corrected, and that could be very evident with how he's speaking. But overall, Woburn is just chipping away. The score is about just in single digits, and if they just keep chipping away, we still got a whole quarter left to go. I think Woburn gives himself an amazing chance to go and take it.
Now, something I want to highlight for the Tanners is they were down by double digits in this game, but they didn't let that discourage them, which is somewhat of a difference compared to some other blowout games.
Yeah, the Tanners, they're fighting in this one. And I think a lot of that confidence comes from that Bedford game. They thought they stuck right with the Bedford Buccaneers, and they stay here with Melrose down double digits, and they have brought it to 6.
Under 10 seconds to go now. Still some nice defense by the Tanners. Chiodo guarding the basketball. 4-3 out to Lamas, who has to hoist it from half court. And he misses everything. And we'll go into the fourth quarter in store for a great rest of the game. 34-28 your score here on WPMC.
Yeah, Joey, this really mirrors and reflects that game in Lexington. That game in Lexington, Tanners were down double digits, and they came back. 1.9 seconds left on the clock, it looks like. And they're going to go right back to the court here.
1.9 seconds after the confrontation, and the long distance shot is no good. And Woburn outscoring Melrose 13-4 in that third quarter. What kind of changes did you see on offense that quarter for the Tanners?
I think what was pretty evident is just the overall faster pace of play, stifling Melrose's defense in several situations. And as I said before in other breaks prior, distributing the ball to your right playmakers, finding the open guys, and getting the right shots for the right opportunities. So overall, the offense just keeps on chipping away. The turnovers have been lessened in the past quarter, but overall, I think Woburn just keeps chipping away. Like I said in the last break, they just keep chipping away, and they have a great shot at it for the last quarter, fourth quarter.
Yeah, Hadi, and it's pretty amazing when we talk about the turnovers, and Woburn come back in this game bringing it down 6 when they were down 15 at half, and the total is 1 turnover. 1 turnover from the 16 they had in that first half. In that 1 turnover, if you remember, was Ethan Samuel turning it over with the 5-second violation at the start. So in the last 7 minutes and 59 seconds, Woburn have had 0 turnovers. Hopefully it's not a jinx, hopefully it can continue, but it's pretty obvious what happens when you take care of the basketball.
Zeke, I love that Hadi mentioned finding the right guy, as it's very evident that the Tanners have had more success when they get away from one-on-one isolation basketball, as Chiodo goes right to the rack and gets fouled.
I love that mentality by Chris Chiodo. Get the ball, go coast to coast, put your body into the man and be aggressive, and here he is at the line with a chance to bring it within 4.
Chiodo trying to make me eat my words on that isolation basketball point just prior.
No, yeah, Joey, you're definitely right, especially when it comes, as he misses the first free throw, but when it comes to the half court, they need to share the basketball. It's been way too isolation so far, to complement your point there, and they need to find their stars. They need to find O'Brien, they need to find Altman, and they have to work off of them. The stars drive to the rim and kick out. That's what the big players like Giannis, LeBron do, and that's what Altman and O'Brien need to do to create for their teammates.
Aaron's closely guarded by Francois. No call there on the reach. Aaron's handoff to Brophy. Loose ball. Stays with it. Back to Newsy in top of the key. The drive, the floater. No good. Offensive foul.
There he is again. He must be the league leader in charges taken. Thomas O'Brien. The courage, the bravery to step in there speaks to his character.
The Tanners had this exact score at one point against Bedford, down 34-29. Can they improve on that here against Melrose tonight, with still 7:25 to go in the ball game? Into Francois, who's able to get by the press, looking for an open man. He gets it back to Samuel, who steps back. Resets on Aarons. The drive. Tough layup, gets fouled again.
That was impressive by Samuel. Took the ball back, quick crossover move to the right, getting right to the rack for an acrobatic try, and once again, at the line for 2.
Samuel takes a breath at the 3-point line. Has a little chat with the referee as well.
Yeah, looked to be shaken up after that attempt. He hit the floor hard.
Indeed he did. First one good by Samuel. Lead cut all the way to 4. That's Samuel's 5th point, looking for 6 with this free throw.
We have a score update for the Lady Tanners game. They won 72-38.
Continuing in their dominance of teams that are not Bishop themed. As Aarons drives it out, gets stolen by Francois. Brophy tries to catch up Francois and finish through contact.
What a finish there from Francois. Through pressure midair, puts it in the top of the net. Wow, Jamari Francois.
Zeke, that is absolutely the most energy I have seen from a fan section all season long.
It's unbelievable, Joey. I mean, they were like almost trampling down the rails.
Now we take a look back quickly at that girls' game as we have an opportunity to. 72-38, as you said, Zeke. They get to that 10-win mark now at 10-2.
And of course, 10-0 in the league, which is big because, boy, they dominate the Middlesex League.
Indeed, they do. They did drop down to number 3 in the Division I power rankings. However, still very good. 35-33, 6:40 to go. And Coach Burns not happy again.
Of course, Melrose girls team maybe looking a little like the Woburn Rec team out there, as, of course, shout out to Black team 5-1. But it looks like Daniel Burns has something to call out for.
Altman through some press gets it back to Samuel. Francois. O'Brien. Altman. O'Brien lost it back court, over and back. Turnover by the Tanners, and that one could be costly.
The whole coaching staff of Woburn in dismay, as it looked like Melrose tipped it, but they're not going to call it here.
Howdy, what did you see very quickly on that play right there?
My perspective on the sideline, I can easily see a tip from Melrose. I don't know what the refs were seeing there, but obviously the call not going in Woburn's favor. The turnover going on Woburn's side, but on the flip side, however, the momentum keeps shifting, and we see Woburn continuing to fight hard and eventually bringing the deficit down to 2. It was 1 just a second ago. But overall, I think they have a great shot at taking a lead in the next few minutes.
Tanner still in search of that second win on the season. Currently in the midst of an 11-game losing streak after winning on opening night against Stoneham.
What I've seen tonight is good stuff, Joey. It shows that even a team 7-4, we've been saying this for a while, with the 1-11 record, they're not a 1-11 team. They're really not a 1-11 team. They've consistently kept in games. They had a lead against the reigning Freedom League champions Wakefield. They were within 3 in the 4th quarter against Wakefield. They beat St. Mary's in preseason. They beat Stoneham. They kept with teams like Georgetown and Chelsea in their Christmas tournament. They can stay with a team like this.
O'Brien, our leading scorer, with 10 points, and also Francois and Samuel with 6 each, and 10 each for Lamis and Aarons as well. Rofi gets it in to Mujali. 6:15 to go. Aarons has possession. Francois on the defense. Aarons outside to Mujali. Extra pass for Barofi. Into the corner for 3. Perella knocks down a big one.
Big shot from Perel. Woburn had all the momentum going. Melrose, it seemed like, hadn't hit a 3-point shot all night, but there it is from Perel.
Francois lost it.
And officially the first 3-point shot for Melrose, struggling when it comes to guys like Aarons and Newsy.
Altman struggling to get it in, goes inside to O'Brien. Nice spin move and a bucket for 2.
Strong move there and great pass by Altman to get that bucket. Great offense off the inbound pass set up by head coach David White.
Tough press there by the Tanners. Now they back off. Mujali in the corner outside to Brophy. Screen comes from Lavis. Mujali mid-range jumper, no good. Right in the right place. Still loose. And a foul call.
Maybe a deflection there, but Mujali looked like he caught his air ball.
Number 33, Nolan Natali, is checked into the game as well for the Melrose Redhawks. And Samuel will go to the line with a chance to cut the lead all the way down to 1. Samuel makes the first. Samuel knocks down both from the line. 38-37, your score. Aaron's being guarded by Francois. Loose ball, Lamas comes and sets the screen. O'Brien switches on defense with Francois. Drive by Aaron's. Traveling violation, and the Tanners get possession.
O'Brien went tumbling down, and I thought O'Brien had his 4th charge taken of the game, but a travel by his good defense instead.
Samuel goes all the way to Francois into some open space. Driving in, and Francois took too many steps.
Great pass on the inbounds by Samuel. Francois driving in a little too aggressive there with the turnover. Woburn playing their hearts out tonight.
Aaron's on the drive, has the angle, drives in, short on the layup. O'Brien looks to push it with some speed into the post. Corner is stolen right away by Mujali. Back out to Lamas. Going one-on-one with O'Brien. Over to Brophy. Natali still in the game as well. Mujali into the corner for Brophy. Aaron's thought about the 3. Into the opposite corner, back to Lamas. Nice pump fake move, the drive. He is blocked! O'Brien resets it, goes overhead to Altman. Wide open Samuel! No good, rebound Melrose.
Samuel's had a couple opportunities from downtown to take a lead here, hasn't done it.
Brophy and a foul picked up by the Tanners.
Not great defense there from the Tanners, caught flat-footed.
Applause there from the student section as we get an underneath the basket inbound by Melrose. DeFelice hits the deck and another foul called. Coach Daniel Burns still not happy with some decisions by his refereeing crew.
Quite a little bit of acting there, I think, from Melrose, as I think one of the Melrose players pushed DeFelice onto the ground to cause the foul.
Still only the 3rd foul for the Tanners, and Aarons fires a 3, and that is huge.
A big swing there with that 3 and the foul called before.
Samuel now guarded by Brophy. Melrose with 5 team fouls. That means free throws rest of the way for the Tanners. O'Brien driving in through Lamas. Finds a double team, is losing the ball. Hits the deck and a jump ball.
See where that jump ball, where the possession goes, as it goes to the Tanners.
Zeke, do you think the Tanners should be looking to drive in for the rest of this game, trying to get fouls and free throws?
100%. They have been knocking down their free throws, but they haven't been shooting well. Ethan Samuel has missed a couple few of shots from beyond the arc. Chris Chiota hasn't shot too well from beyond the arc. Altman missed a 3 earlier. O'Brien is the only one on the court right now that has been shooting pretty well. Maybe implementing Matt Olson or Mikey Sullivan into the game could be a great option.
Still some conferencing here by the Tanners, the Tanners and the referees as Francois comes back in. Tanners set up their inbound play here. O'Brien sets a screen for Chiodo. Altman still struggling to get it in. Goes all the way out to Samuel, who gets fouled by Aarons.
The whole Woburn bench jumping up at once.
We are now into the point of the game where free throws are a major aspect.
Samuel, 2 free throws here are major.
Samuel rattles home the first one. Back within 3 are the Tanners. Samuel goes 8 of 8 from the free throw line on that one.
Need a stop here to keep this momentum going. Francois is the exact player you want in the game here.
He gets a steal and it's the deck, gets it back to Samuel, who's gonna take it across half court.
Samuel needs to calm down, reset. Still a couple minutes left in this ball game.
Trying to get away from Mujali, drives in, corner, Chiodo, drive gets blocked, back out O'Brien. Extra pass Altman, inside Chiodo for the tie!
What a pass by Altman to slip it right in there to Chiodo's path and tie this ball game.
2:24 left to decide it, Aaron's, and a timeout taken. Oh, the momentum swinging in the favor of Tanners. Hottie, what's the energy like down there?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this courtroom as energized since the playoff game for the girls Lady Tanners last postseason. I mean, the energy has just popped up all of a sudden, and both teams are fighting for it. Teams playing with heart. Teams playing, just both teams trying to fight and win this game. Records don't even matter at this point. You can say all you want about Woburn's 1-11 record, but they play like they are fighting for a league championship. This is a great watch, and it would be a privilege to be in the crowd here tonight. But this is a great view I'm having here right on the court.
Yeah, Hottie. My question for you is, if you're David White, 2:21 left in the 4th quarter, tied against a 7-4 team, what are you saying to your players?
Yeah, at this point, I'd be saying calm down. Like, there's a lot of shifts, a lot of physical play. The ball is up in the air, fighting for it, all this and that. What I want my teammates to do, or what my players to do, my bad, is that you want to slow the game down a little bit. There's still a few minutes left on the clock. Give the ball in the open spots. Get the right opportunities. Do not put up any less than ideal shots up, but you want to create as much as you can with the opportunities you have.
Still plenty of time remaining in this game. Tanners need not to dwell on one mistake if it were to come. Aaron's back before half court, guarded by Francois. O'Brien with some defense on Brophy. Up and down, and Melrose will take back possession. That was Lamas on the drive, excuse my mistake.
Altman on that defense, fired up, pumping his fist. This Tanners team is ready to go. We haven't seen them this energized in a long time.
Nolan Natali will inbound, gets it to Aarons. On the drive, a whistle, and
if they're gonna call a foul on Woburn here, I don't know, because it looked like the Tanner had all ball on the Red Hawk there.
Aarons with an opportunity to give Melrose back the lead with 2 free throws. He knocks down the first, 42-41, 2:06 to go. Aarons knocks down 2 clutch free throws. Samuel goes back to Altman. Altman guarded by Mujali. O'Brien outside, thought about the 3, instead goes back to Jacoby. Sets a screen now, Jacoby drives, extra pass Samuel, Francois, back to O'Brien, thought about the 3 again, decides against it, now it goes outside to Altman, ball deflected, or Altman believed it was deflected, but instead it goes out of bounds and Melrose takes back possession. Altman still pleading his case while playing defense on the inbound.
We were not on the same page with each other. I don't know if that ball was deflected, but it was still a bad pass.
Aarons, Mujali, Natali in the corner. Aarons thought about the three, now looking to drive, guarded by Samuel. Aarons lost control, turnover. Chiodo going the other way. Chiodo drives right to the basket, no good. Rebound Melrose. They push it ahead. O'Brien with a huge steal, but he threw it right back to Mujali, leading to a foul by O'Brien on Aarons.
Chiodo on the other end. Two guys open on the other side of the court. He had Altman, he had Samuel, and he decided to take it himself, and he missed the layup, causing Woburn to be down here at the free throw line with Melrose taking 2 shots. Boy, how fast can basketball be sometimes.
What an athletic save that was, as the first free throw is no good. Still going to be a one-possession game no matter the outcome of this free throw.
Yeah, Aaron's one of the best shooters in the Middlesex League here at the free throw line with the chance to bring it to a three-point lead for the Redhawks.
Aarons rattles home the second, 44-41.
Expect this press to be rapid in this last minute.
Tanners don't necessarily need a three, but it would tie the game. Altman gets a screen from O'Brien. Samuel on the elbow. Lost it and gets it back. O'Brien coming out to the top of the key. Samuel drives. No call, and Mujali gets a turnover. Lamas plays it back for Aarons, and the Tanners go immediate foul with Francois.
Samuel asking for the clear out there with O'Brien calling for the ball. Baffling, go with your hot hand. O'Brien's been playing very well all game.
Aarons with a chance to extend the lead to 2 possessions with either 1 or 2 free throws. He misses the first end again.
Shout out to the student section. Quite a bit of a yelp of a scream to distract the Melrose shooter there.
We'll take another timeout, 42.8 to go. Tanners need to get this rebound if it's a miss from Aarons.
Yeah, Hadi, quick question for you. The communication for the Tanners on defense and offense, how's it persisted in these last few minutes?
Yeah, I think it's connecting back to what I said a couple games ago when I was in the booth about trying to play as a team, trying to play as a collective unit. I think they're finally starting to feel that groove here, and they're starting to find a way to create those opportunities that I've been talking about all game. And it's coming down to this: 42 seconds down by 3. You're gonna see what they have in store here.
Tanners have already been giving it their all this game. I don't expect them to give up in this final 42.8.
Yeah, haven't got their second win for a long time. When I say a long time, I talk 11 games. So a win here would be refreshing, to say the least.
Aarons currently at 16 points on 7 of 11 from the charity stripe, but the 8th make here would be a big one to extend the lead to 4. Student section trying to do everything they can. Aarons rattles it home. 45-41, still time for the Tanners. Chiodo up ahead into the corner. O'Brien moves it to Altman. 33 seconds on the clock. Altman drives, has to get it back out to Samuel. Pump fakes at the top of the key. High arcing layup, no good. Rebound Lamas. Time not on the side of the Tanners, and they foul Aarons once again. Aarons goes back to the line. Altman picks up that foul. Aarons might be able to salt this one away with 2 free throw makes here. Aarons knocks down the first one. 46-41, 21.1 on the clock. Aarons knocks down them both now. Desperation time here for the Tanners. David White gets a shooting lineup in there with Olsen.
They need to move fast here. Only 18 seconds. down
Altman
6.
drives in right to the lane. Layup good. A quick bucket and a timeout taken. 13.6 on the clock.
Yeah, Melrose looking to advance the basketball here as they don't want to risk the 8-second violation.
With only 13.6 left to go, the Tanners will have to look to foul again and hope for some misses at the line.
And the guy to foul is obviously not John Aarons. He has been immaculate, 8 for 12 from the charity strike. That is about 67%, which is pretty good when it comes to high school basketball.
Tanners, I said they were looking for threes. Instead, they go on that one with a right drive to Altman, down 4. Now we'll go to Hadi. Hadi, what are you hearing from the Melrose sideline as we head into the final 13.6?
I can't really hear much from them because coach is usually talking as quiet as he's been the entire game. But my guess is that he's just saying to take care of the ball, no stupid turnovers, and just to keep the ball. And there's only 13 seconds left, and to not make any bad mistakes.
Can't be careless with the basketball this late into the game. Mujali gets it in. Outside, can't do it, and another foul there with 10.1 to go. Lamas will go to the line with another chance to get it back to 6. Lamas first is good from the line, 48 to 43. Overall, a low-scoring game, but with 10.1, it looks like Melrose is going to escape with another win. Lamas misses the second one, but Mujali gets the rebound and is fouled once again with 8.2 on the clock.
As Mujali looks back at Altman for the final time, it really does look like Melrose escaped, like you said, Joey. Daniel Burns setting up in the corner with his team, and boy, has it been a stressful one for Melrose. But they come in here into Woburn Tanner territory and get the victory. Woburn tied it a couple times in this one, but they could never get over the hump.
Second one, no good. O'Brien up ahead. Sullivan has to hoist it. It's no good off the back of the backboard, but that will do it for us tonight from Carl J. Torres Gymnasium. Your final score, 49 to 43. Our next coverage will be Friday, a doubleheader for against the Reading Rockets. The boys will be taking place at 5 and the girls at 7. Hadi, what are your final thoughts as we take a look at this 6-point loss by the Tanners?
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate loss, but I think you could look at the bright side, the optimistic side. We finally got to see this team play as a collective unit, like I've been saying the past few times I've been in the booth. It was inspiring to see. If they didn't have that turnover-ridden first half, I think this game would have been in their hands, but unfortunately they have to take the loss today. But Coach White can go into the locker room feeling, I know he wouldn't be happy going into the locker room with the loss, but he knows he could do something. He knows he sees something special with this team, and if I saw it, I'm sure he could see it.
Yeah, Hadi, I definitely agree with what you're saying, and this is a time. These last two games, Sunday against Bedford and today against Melrose, these are two games that could change the outlook of their season. Of course, going into Reading, a great team on Friday, and then moving on from there, this Tanners team could start to gain traction, and this game could be the game we remember as the one that got them there.
There are definitely some things that the Tanners can take from this game. A couple growing pains with some late, interesting decisions by some young players, but that's going to come with having such a young team under a new regime as well. Thank you, Hadi, for everything on the sideline tonight. And we will be back with you, as said, on Friday. For Zeke Altman, I am Joey Matroni. We're wishing you all a good rest of your night, and we'll see you again on Friday.